Hi guys, it's Vesna here with Vesna TV. Let's get started. For today's project, I'm going to be using these containers. They were actually from welding rods, and what I've done is I've cut them, and now I'm going to paint them with this black spray paint. Now I'm not going to show myself spray painting these. You've seen my other videos where I have tutorials of me spray painting. So I'll just flip to the next screen while I'll show you how they've done. But first, so I just want to welcome everyone to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I do DIYs, trash treasures, thrift flips, all sorts of stuff like that. So thanks so much for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. This particular video is a part of a challenge hosted by Mom Does Life Handmade and co-hosted by Shuli from My Style, My Colors. If you haven't checked out these ladies, make sure you check them out. I will have their channels linked below. They both have super cool styles. Mom Does is very good at spending very to little to no money on her DIY, so check her out. She hosts this challenge every month. And for this month's challenge, we had to create a useful DIY, as with every month, but it had to be a theme of like a light theme, so it could be anything because this Festival of Lights is coming up and all that stuff, holiday season. So she wanted us to, they wanted us to create something that had to do with lights. So that's why I'm creating this lantern. I will have both of the channels linked below in my description, as well as the playlist, so make sure to check everyone out. Super talented creators today. And here's what you get when you've painted them. I'm actually going to be making a lantern. So what I have to do is I have to connect them, and I'm going to be using my E6000 and hot glue gun. So the reason I'm using the E6000 and the hot glue is so I can have that permanent hold, but also that immediate hold, which the hot glue will give me that immediate hold, and the E6000 will cure overnight, and then it'll have it nice and sturdy for me. So I'm just going to connect the bottom together with 4 smaller pieces and then 4 bigger pieces. And that way just the base will have a frame from these little tubes. Now these tubes are some sort of plastic, but it's quite soft, so I was worried that the hot glue would actually melt them, but it was okay. It seemed to do the trick. So you'll notice that there are a lot of spots that just have the blue showing through, which is okay. I'm just going to be touching those up with some black acrylic paint. I basically just wanted that black to be a nice base for my top coat. So once I have them attached, I'm going ahead and I'm attaching some jute rope around the top as well as around the base. And this will kind of give me the look that I'm going for. I want a really rustic kind of look. I know it doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere now, but once it's finished, you'll see how good it looks and where I was going with everything. So I'm just trying to make the rope quite tight. So because I'm not attaching it really one to another, I tried, but it's not really sticking to the other part. So I'm just trying to make it as tight as I can to attach it to the little plastic pieces. And I go ahead and do that. I do 3 ropes at the top, and then at the bottom you'll see what I do next. Before I move on to the bottom, I will attach like a cross, like an X over the top with some extra jute rope, and it's just to give a little bit of definition to this lantern. This is because I'm not doing a cone top, which normally lanterns have. I wanted it to be an open type of lantern with just a little bit of accent pieces, so that's what I'm doing there. And I apologize, you can't actually see me doing this, but then I go ahead at the bottom, I just start on one end and I wrap my rope all the way around the lantern, and I do right up until the base of like all around the base basically, as you can see. And so I was thinking about attaching some chopsticks on the sides, but then I decided to continue with the rope as well. And I'm just using my dollar store acrylic paint to touch up the blue spots. And then for the top, I just took some of the jute rope that was hanging over because I made the pieces a little bit longer and just twirled them so it looks like the top is closed somewhat. Um, I thought, like I said, I thought about doing something different, but this is the way I went with, which I was quite happy with. Then I went ahead and used some of my Rust-Oleum chalk linen white paint to give this lantern a rustic look. So what I did was I painted all around it over top, but not wanting to cover completely, but mostly. So it gives it that kind of aged, rustic kind of look. And I just went around and I painted everything. Now, I mean, I could have done this without putting the ropes on, but the reason I put the ropes on was I wanted it to kind of firmly hold the bottom together. So since I haven't waited that full 24 hours for the glue to set, I didn't want it coming apart. So I thought the rope would hold it a little bit better too. But you can do either or. If you have the time to wait, you could wait, and then the next day you can just paint over top of it and um, then do the jute rope. So I styled it kind of with Christmassy and all natural woodlandy type of style because I'm switching over to my Christmas DIYs. If you haven't checked out my previous video, came out on Friday, I did 3 Dollar Tree DIYs. So make sure you check that out if you haven't checked it out. I will be having another Christmas themed video on Wednesday, so drop by on Wednesday as well. And here I just put one of these balls in there, as well as the 2 different Christmas picks from the Dollar Tree and those copper lights that you can get at the Dollar Tree as well. They're just the little twinkle lights. And I've shown you what it looks like in the dark and in the light. I think it turned out really cute. I'm really, really happy with it. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, check out the 2 hosts and check out the playlist as well as my playlists. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have an excellent day and stay safe, everyone.